Hey there. So, energy of like this collective reading is odd, I guess. I usually try to, kind of sit with the energies as they show up and kind of get a little familiarized with them, kind of a general sense of what's up before I sit down to film a reading. See what important messages or images or things stand out to me there, but everything I keep getting from this one is just kind of odd and confusing. So I'm just going to kind of do the reading and we'll see what comes out and see if we can't make some sense of it. So to begin with, we've got the Queen of Pentacles, the World, and the Page of Swords. And then underneath the Queen of Pentacles, we have the King of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Six of Swords. This feels almost like someone's like spirit guide, who is reaching out to try and help them. Someone who has been through similar things to you. Like I'm getting this may be like some kind of ancestor or relative who in their life I think walked certain like parallel paths, because I'm kind of seeing like you showing up as this like King of Pentacles here, and that can be either someone who's like practical, down to earth, grounded, or we could be talking about like an actual earth sign. And I'm kind of seeing like whatever energy this is showing up as this like Queen of Pentacles up top that like in some way, in some capacity, is a match for yours. But I think the difference here is that we have this World here next to this other energy that I'm talking about. And that coming in over this Nine of Pentacles here, what that's giving me is that it's like something that you want to do in regards to your path, in regards to your stability, your abundance. This energy is done. Maybe in a previous lifetime or, slightly different capacity, but it's very similar. Very, very similar energy. Kind of like a energetic twin from the past, showing up as a spirit guide. That's not a sentence I ever thought I would say. And I think that they are almost like, I think trying to give you a little bit of assistance here. This feels almost like a spiritual assistance, kind of spiritual gift of sorts. I think, in particular, I think that there's some advice here that is helping you to avoid or move away from certain like pitfalls to what it is that like you want. So like I'm a little curious here, like what is this thing that like both of you have done? And what are these pitfalls that we're trying to avoid? Alright, we've got the Seven of Cups, the Seven of Wands, and the Six of Wands. Like there's like, I was gonna say one more, but I guess there's two more. The Star of Two of Pentacles. Okay, yeah, so I think like this is about like making a dream a reality. But also balancing your dreams with reality. And I think doing that like successfully. This does feel kind of like I want to say, it's like every time I'm about to say something that's like in my head, like, oh, nope. So maybe I'm not supposed to specify what this is. Well, this is something about making a dream a reality. And and balancing that dream with reality. Because I think that whatever this is, want me to give examples, there's both like a tendency to, for a lot of people who pursue whatever this is, to either kind of slip into this like wishy-washy Seven of Cups energy, where it's, all dream and no actual results. And I think that there's also a tendency to step into that like Seven of Wands energy that's a lot of, oh, well, like it would never work anyways. Oh, well, like, I'm just going to kind of like keep that energy at arm's length, or, oh no, I didn't want it that much anyways, and I think that you may have seen people around you, who want or have pursued like similar things to whatever this is for you, fall into one of those two patterns of either, kind of like denying or holding the dream at arm's length, or getting so caught up in the potential of it that they never actualize the potential. And I think like whatever it is, this guide is someone who understands how to balance those two energies, like the realistic and the head in the clouds, and like do so in a way that like actually leads to tangible results, that actually leads to recognition and success that other people see too, and that I think is ultimately where you want to end up. So, given that, what exactly are these pitfalls that they're trying to kind of like mentally warn you about? What do we need to do to avoid that? Okay, we've got the High Priestess, the Five of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords, and the Ten of Cups. So I think like the crux of this feels like, I think the biggest mistake that you could make in this, no matter what it is, would be settling for something that is less than what you really want. And I think like you have been like realizing this, because I think that like whether or not you're like consciously aware of this energy, of this guide, it's kind of like, you've had certain impressions or like feelings, or like maybe just like a gut sense with this like High Priestess that I think has like kept you going, even when I think that there's sometimes this feeling with this like Five of Pentacles of like insecurity or lack, like this feeling of, oh, well, I could never do this anyways, or I could never have this anyways, or, well, maybe I should just kind of cut my losses. And, because like I'm seeing with this Five of Pentacles here, we see these cats that are like out walking in the snow. And I'm kind of seeing that as you like on your journey towards this Ten of Cups, this whatever happily ever after in this case looks like to you. And there's almost this sense of like, oh, well, I could just stop walking. I could maybe go inside that building or lay down in the snow. Maybe I don't really want to get here eventually, but there's this internal sense of knowing, I think, with this High Priestess and like Ace of Swords, that little voice in the back of your head that tells you like, keep going. Like, no, like, don't stop here. Don't stop here. Don't stop in this energy. We want to keep it moving all the way till the Ten of Cups. And just because you see maybe other people stopping or other people settling or whatever else, like, that doesn't really say anything about the potential or like the possibility of obtaining what you want. Because yeah, we got the Two of Wands here, which is, he's literally got the world in his hands. And I think like once you decide like I'm not gonna settle for less, it's like all of a sudden it becomes easier to conceptualize a future that involves that and to chart a path forward. But it's kind of like you have to have that breakthrough moment when you're like, I don't care if it's snowing, I don't care if it's cold outside, I don't care if I don't have what I want now. It's worth moving forward for. It's worth moving forward for. And I think like that's what they want. They want you to know is that like there is a future that exists that contains this hope, and this hope made manifest in a way that is like tangible and powerful, and I think apparent. And I think like they want me to tell you like don't give up on it yet. If you were thinking about giving up on it, don't give up on it yet. And that doesn't mean that you have to, devote everything, every waking hour, every cent to whatever this is. Be that, again, like I was about to give examples and it's nope, no examples. Like I said, this one's a quirky one. Well, is there anything else besides no examples that this collective could benefit from knowing? Besides, don't give up yet. There exists a future in which your hope is made manifest. There exists a future in which you have exactly what it is that you've been praying for. The King of Wands, the Two of Cups, the Magician, and the Ace of Wands. I think that there's this sense of, I think it's almost like the way that they're giving this to me is how they see like the future version of you. Because I being drawn to like this interesting imagery with this Two of Wands, where I was talking about like this being you, seeing like, oh, what I want is really possible. What I want is, tangible, and making a choice to like set out towards that and to not move away from that. And there's like very similar imagery here where we have a cat dressed in red holding a wand. And it's kind of like, this is where you are now at like the beginning of the journey, saying like, okay, like this is possible. This is possible. I'm going to make a plan for it. And this kind of feels like them showing me how they see you growing and like turning into someone who is very balanced and like very magnetic, and very capable. And you may not like have all of that faith in yourself right now, but like, especially with this Magician, it's like they're telling me, like there exists this future where you did get what you wanted, where you do have what you want. And I think the purpose of this message and the purpose of them being here is to kind of like hand you this wand now, like put this wand, this spark of inspiration, this belief that they have in you, like put that in your hand so that you can move forward with it, so that you can say like, okay, what if it was possible? Like, what if I could? And how does that feel? And how would you move differently if you really truly believed that what you want is possible? And how would that change the way that you see yourself and the way that you focus your energy? Because it is possible. It is possible. And I think even just knowing that and like believing that is really the only step that they're asking you to take right now, and allow that to kind of like sit and to settle and to integrate and see where that leaves you. I think that it will, whatever this is something that you're not alone on. You got the Lovers on the bottom of the deck. Like, there's a lot of balance here, both on like the other side in the spiritual realm, and I think like potentially also here in the physical as well. You just gotta take the first step to get the energy in motion again. Because I think that this is something that you've wanted for a long time, and maybe pursued at certain points, but have kind of struggled to, I think as of late, feel as passionate about. But they're telling me that like it's possible and they have your back, and don't give up yet. Don't give up yet. So hopefully that helps with whatever this unspecified endeavor is. Best of luck out there.